wanna do is say
to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing this makeup tutorial. So I was cruising on Instagram like I do, you know, every morning, and I found this beautiful boomerang on JDNNGO's Instagram account, which I will put right over here. This was such a beautiful boomerang. Everything about this boomerang just sang spring to me. I did my whole backdrop inspired by this image. I'm trying to be like her now. The model in this image has freckles, so I was like, I have to do the freckles because the freckles are so gorgeous. And if you have freckles, I mean, just embrace them because I think they are some of the most beautiful features and I've always really wanted them. So I thought for the look, I would recreate it exactly as the image shows. Really fresh, dewy skin, a wash of color on the lid, and then the wash on the lips, everything very creamy. It's all about the creams and it's fairly easy. So if you guys are interested in this makeup look, then keep on watching. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start by priming my skin. Everybody's been talking about this TATCHA primer, the Silk Canvas. It looks like this. It almost looks like it's like a very thick primer, almost like the Tarte primer. When the primers are thick like this, it's better to just push them into the pores, really just fill those in. I have like a crater right here. I wonder if it would like, if I just shove it in there. Back in my days when I used to not know how to extract a breakout. I still don't actually. I'm gonna put some of this under my under eye. Maybe it'll fill those lines too. Shit. This is a foundation I've been using recently. It is the LANCOME Tint IDOLE Ultra Wear. Tint IDOLE. So I am in the shade 410 BISW is what it says on the back. And I really, really love the way this foundation has been looking. I've only used it about 4 times. When I do more skin-based looks and I want the skin to look a little bit more like skin, I always mix a little bit of my matte GOLDLITE in there. And this is just a reflective, luminous moisturizer for the skin. By mixing it in there, it adds that luminosity, and then it also thins the foundation down just a little bit, but you still get that coverage. It's just not as thick. IT Cosmetics fluffy brush here, and I'm gonna blend it all together. Oh, I just extracted right here and it hurts still, which means it's coming back with a vengeance. It's not done with me yet. Okay, so I just do a nice thin layer of this all over, and then if I feel like I need extra coverage, you could always go in and spot conceal with concealer, or you can just add a little bit more foundation and go over those areas a little bit more. The trick with this look is to not make it look like you are wearing foundation. So if there are some imperfections in your skin, it's not terrible. Once you add freckles, I feel like it'll distract from everything else and just show the freckles. The only time I've done faux freckles is for a doll tutorial, but let me tell you guys something about freckles. I think they were so stunning. If I see people on my timeline that have freckles or like in the Explorer page, I just follow them. I know that some of my friends with freckles are like, if you had freckles, you wouldn't want them. Isn't that always the way it is though? We never ever are happy. I wasn't happy with my curly hair growing up, and now that it's gone, I'm like, I want my curly hair back. All right, so now we have a nice base. I'm gonna go in with concealer. I'm gonna be using the KKW concealer in the shade 9. Just right here. Using my beauty blender, I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out. I really like this concealer. I feel like it just covers everything on the under eyes. I really like the undertone. It doesn't look too cakey, it looks nice. The trick to this look is not a lot of powder products. You wanna keep your skin looking very fresh, very dewy, think juicy peach. So I'm gonna be doing all the liquid products first before I even think about any powder. I'm gonna be going in with my favorite liquid combo of glow products, and that is the iconic Illuminator in the shade Original, and then the Marc Jacobs Do You Drop. Mixing on my palette. Start working that into the cheekbones. above the brow here on the forehead area, and a little on the chin. Did I just put highlight over my breakout? I think I did. That's a mistake. Don't do that. Just cover that up. Juicy peach. Thinking juicy peach. Whatever's left over, I'm just gonna run over the Cupid's bow. I'm not gonna put a lot there for once. And that is it for the highlight already. I feel very glowy, youthful. All right, so for the next step, we're going to bronze up the skin. And with that, I'm also gonna use a cream. It's all about creams today. And this is the Ultra Wear Makeup Stick by LANCOME in the shade 435 Bisque W. And let me tell you, I've been loving this to warm up the skin. It just looks so nice. Put some under the lip here to accentuate. Creams can be a little bit harder to work with sometimes when it comes to bronzing and contouring, but this one is really nice, easy to blend. To blend it out, I'm gonna be using a Morphe G40 brush. You wanna push the product up, and then I use the back of my hand to kind of take off some of the product, kind of blending it up into the highlight. I'm very, very gentle with the way I'm blending this. I'm not pushing too hard. Also apply that on the forehead because we want our whole face to look nice and bronzed. Forgot to blend out my... This just kind of gives you an under lip shadow, so it makes your lower lip look bigger. I'm pretty excited for summer right now already. I'm like ready for summer. I would like to go to Mexico actually. I used to go to Mexico all the time and I haven't gone in so long, so I think I'm gonna plan a trip to go see my family up there. Yeah, went without me, so she couldn't even invite me. See how easy this blends out? I mean, this just like, it's such a nice, easy product to work with. I'm so in love with it. And then sometimes if I even want to just on the very, very outer part, define it just a little more, I'll go back in, add a little more product, boom, boom, boom. I would definitely wear this like a tropical vacation, a light makeup base, if any, maybe just a spot concealing, but then just put this all over my skin to just warm me up. But also take whatever's on your brush and just kind of... So now for a blush, we're gonna be using the NARS Liquid Blush, and this is in the shade Luster. This is my first time using this actually. What I'm gonna do is take a clean beauty blender, and I'm gonna dip into that product and pounce it on the back of my hand first, because you don't want to apply too much right away. For a more fresh spring look, I like to put it on the apples of my cheeks. Just gives like a little bit more of a youthful appearance to me. A little goes a long way for this blush. I tapped most of the product off. I have to make that weird face. Across the nose because you'd be sunny there. You were in the sun. You know when you feel like there's a little hair somewhere on your face, but you can't figure it out, but it's there and it's taunting you? It's happening to me like right over here. I'm gonna take it even further because I love, love, love this for that really fresh, juicy look on the cheeks, and it's the BECCA CHRISSY TEIGEN collab. I always use this when I want to add a sheen to the apples of the cheeks, just a little glow. I'm using a Smith 112 brush. And then you gotta smile, okay? See that little... You see that? So then it like goes down to your cheeks. You just look so sun-kissed. At this point, if you feel like you would like to powder parts of your skin, I'm gonna use a really lightweight powder. This is the Charlotte Tilbury No. 2. You don't have to do this, but if you have oilier skin and you wanna make sure that you don't get too oily, just go over those like problem areas, right? So for me, it's around the nose. Again, not too many powders. If you want to set your under eyes too with a little powder, you can. Typically when I do minimal makeup looks, I don't set my under eye. I know that's crazy to some people, but I just like that if throughout the day it does crease, I can just kind of tap it a little bit and blend it away. Now we can go in with the Fix Plus. So we're gonna do freckles last because the technique that I'm gonna be using, I don't want to get it on my eyelids, and then I try to blend my eyelids after with the eyeshadow, and then it smears the freckles. So I think I'm going to dip into this new Pat McGrath palette, and this is the MTHRSHP Sublime Bronze Ambition. This packaging is really, really cool. I love how she does this to close it. That image, love it. This is the colors. I'm really gonna focus on this color right here. I feel like that's the perfect shade for this eye look that we're trying to do. I'm gonna use a little bit of this in the crease just to start it off, but not too much. The matte shade, I'm using my MAC 224. I love this brush for this kind of work because it's so fluffy that it diffuses the eyeshadow so nicely. So I'm just going in with that first color just to get a nice diffused shadow that's not shimmery all across. You want to take a nice small pencil brush. This one is from Dose of Colors. And I'm also going to run that on the lower lash line, focusing most of the product on the outer corner. What I love about this eye look is it's very easy and you only need 2 eyeshadows. It's nothing too defined, so it's like you could do it really quickly and it just still looks so romantic. Sultry. If you have green eyes, game over. So just a light smoke, focus it on the outer corner first. And whatever's left on the brush, then you take it in. I'm gonna take my blending brush, make sure to diffuse it just a little bit underneath. All right, so now it's time for the lid color, and like I said, I'm gonna be going in with this shade right here. I feel like it's such a pretty peachy color. I'm gonna use a flat shader brush, and I'm also gonna spritz it with a little Fix Plus. And just start in the center of the lid. I'm just gonna kind of work it in to the outer and inner corners slowly. Really matches my backdrop, actually. This color has a really nice wet effect look. Take a little bit of the eyeshadow, the shimmer shadow, on the blending brush, and I'm gonna diffuse that into the edges. Now it's time for freckles, which actually terrifies me because we only have one shot. One life, one chance, huh, Katie? Anyone? Her tattoo? No? Okay. I'm taking my water bottle here. You can take a little water. Don't spill it everywhere, like I just did. So I'm taking a flat, fluffy shader brush, right? One that you feel like you could just, and you want to soak it. I'm nervous, you guys. I've never done this before. Then I'm gonna dip it into a dark brown shade, so Espresso from the LORAC Pro palette. I feel like I should put my hair back. Ready? The closer you get, the bigger the freckles will be. The further away you get, the smaller they will be. Flick away. Going with a little more. Fine. It's fine. A little too much water. I got a little too crazy there. Remember what I said about powders? We're gonna need a powder to apply over these freckles once they dry, just to kind of make them look a tiny bit more natural. But I really like this technique because, as you can see, it's such a random placement of freckles, so it doesn't look too forced. And you can go in and add more or less, or you could not do the step at all if you don't want and do the look without the freckles, but I think they're so cute. So I'm gonna keep them. I think I'm gonna use actually Roach liner from Urban Decay to finish off the eyes. I think I wanna smoke out my lash line just a little bit, just to add some definition. Not a wing or anything, but just at the base. I'm also gonna take that on the waterline. So for mascara, I'm going to be using the Colossal Big Shot Mascara, and this is in collaboration with MAKEUPSHAYLA in Baddest Black. I'm just going to wiggle this into my base and then pull it up. Just a nice light coat. If you naturally have long lashes, I would just do mascara for this look. I wouldn't even add falsies, so I feel like that looks so nice and soft, and it will go with the whole look. I stopped using my Latisse. I'm on the struggle bus over here. So I'm going to apply some falsies. I feel like when I was using Latisse, I could totally just put mascara on and I was like living my best life. I'm now applying the Iconic Lights just because these are nice and wispy, fluffy. I'm gonna make the freckles look a little bit more natural. I'm taking a little bit of this powder, the Charlotte Tilbury powder, and I'm just gonna press it over the freckles. For the lips, I'm gonna be using the new Dior Addict, also my first time using these. And these two colors, I feel like together will be a really perfect mixture. This is the shade 641 Orange, and then this one is 341 Lychee. Let's start with the lighter one in the center here. It smells so good. So this is gonna be the perfect product for this look now, because it has a really pretty sheer, like it just goes with the vibes. And it goes with like the textures. All the textures are meant to be very sheer, like washes basically. Our whole face is a wash of color. I really like this color. I just want to add a tiny bit of orange. Let's see, let's test it out. I want to add a little bit more orange to the look, so I'm just gonna go over it. Just making it a little bit more red. A little too red. Pull back. I liked the other color by itself. Let me try to dilute it. That's actually really pretty now. So I'm gonna try this, the 438 Dior Addict Lipstick. I'm just gonna lightly tap it. Oh yeah, that just kind of brought it home to like the perfect shade. Oh yes. Oh, perfect color combo. I'm so happy with that. All right, I'm just adding a little highlight, you know, to my shoulder blades. Gotta stay consistent here. All right, so this is the finished makeup look. I love this lip combo together. Oh my God, marking it is one of my new favorites. I already lost it. These two, so good. Lychee and then the Dior Addict lipstick in 438. Like, that is such a perfect color for spring. Love that. I feel like it's so fresh, dewy, radiant. Like you're just glowing from within. If you have freckles, oh, beautiful. It's everything I wanted. I want it to look like a juicy peach. And I feel like that's what this look is, just a juicy, fresh, dewy ass peach. I mean, this is one of my favorite looks. If you did love this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you are new, don't forget to click that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. I don't know what I'm saying. I keep getting like a stinky smell, but then I smell myself. It's not me, so I'm like...
Is it like mildewy or...?
Well, first of all, I know Kunali's been peeing in here. So now that we're in spring, I'm gonna do a spring look because I'm very original like that, and that's what I do. So, so original. It's spring, guys. Let's do a spring look.